What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be working on the Subaru. So far I haven't done much videos about the car. It's been great, working great. I don't have any complaints. The only thing I did so far was get a new lithium-ion battery, which is see, I got a new anti-gravity lithium-ion battery and a C-Tech charger, just because, just for peace of mind. And I have it charging because I don't drive it I drive it a lot, but I also don't drive it as much, and it just kind of sits, and just keeps me paranoid that the battery will be discharged. So, but anyway, for this video, the point of this video is I've been hearing a weird clunking noise in the rear passenger suspension here. So the car has KWV3 suspension all around. I checked underneath. I don't see anything loose. I jacked up the car many times and put it down and stuff like that. I just can't see anything that's going on. So what I'm planning to do now is take the strut off and actually inspect the strut itself. It probably has something to do with I don't know, something about it, because I can't see anything else on the linkages that are loose. So yeah. So anyway, so far all I've done with the car is driving it. I actually did an oil change today, and yeah, so that's the first service I ever done for the car. Well, besides the wheels, right? So that we did powder coat the wheels, but the service I did the oil change just to start my service history. So there it is. So yeah, let's get started and see what's going on with this clunking noise. So first order of business, I think, is we should remove the seats. So it's very easy. The seats are only like, there's two bolts down here, and it's just wedged in here, and then there's two bolts underneath this area here for the top. So it's basically four bolts holding this all together. It's just a bunch of hooks. We're gonna remove this, and then there's gonna be so we can access the screws, the bolts for the strut in this area here. So let's just get started with that. All right, guys. So I got the seats removed, as you can see here. It's kind of tight in here, but I'll try to show you. This is where the that rear strut is, and you see how it's a hard reach to do some. My suspicion is it's loose, the top, the nut in here, and it's a very hard reach. So, I mean, I could probably put a wrench in there to tighten it up, guessing. But to be sure, I'm thinking I'll do the long route of removing it and actually just inspecting it and see if something is really loose. So, a little bit harder work, but yeah, just to be sure that it is not what it is, what I'm thinking it is. So, yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to remove the wheels and then remove the strut itself and then inspect it that way. You could fit a some kind of wrench in here, a socket, an open-ended socket or something like that. But yeah, I might just do it the long way. All right, so removing the wheels. These are all loose already. I loosened that last one. So jack up the car now, and you guys pay attention. You'll see what I'm talking about when I'm jacking up the car. You'll hear it like something like that. Yeah, so that's the sound I was talking about. It's not as bad on that video, but on other times, it would actually creak like a lot. So that one was actually the least that I've heard it. So let's go check it out. All right, guys. So here it is. So what I'm gonna do is I have the jack underneath the control arm here on the bottom, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack this axle up just to simulate, you know, the car going down on the strut again, and we'll see where the sound is coming from. I think this experiment would actually trigger that sound. So get it in position. So it's back there, jacking it now. Oh, there it goes. You see that? Oh, you hear that? Yeah. So as it's going up in the compression, it's hitting something. So it's like a thread, like, you know, going inch by inch on a lip something or something. I don't know. So we're gonna work on. There you go. There it is. That sound is like, oh, drives me crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to remove the strut just to see what's going on. So I think so. 2 big bolts down here and brake line and those top hat bolts on the top. So all right. All right, guys. So a little disappointing finding. So here it is. So here's the shock, right? The coilover. So here I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna jack the axle again. The sound is still there. So it could be this lateral trailing arm. Damn it. I can't completely diagnose it. It could be that, but I'm not sure what's causing it. This is a cheap one. It's an off-brand. So, I mean, I don't know if it's worn out or... Yeah, I think it is that, huh? God, I feel so doing all that work now, but... So... I really think it could be that. So I don't know. Maybe I can put some kind of grease on it or WD-40. I'm gonna go take a look and see report what I can find. Hold on a sec. All right, guys. So I did make sure I was holding. I don't know. Like now I feel so stupid. I had to take off the whole strut and everything when I didn't have to, because I could have just simply reached on here. But it's a good thing to be sure, I guess, to check the coilover. Everything's in order, nothing is bent, nothing is leaking, and this is actually tight enough. I don't have to do anything with that. It's just some dirt, like I clean it and all that. It's not leaking, it's good. So you know, so what I did was I was holding onto it, feeling it, right? And then as soon as I mess with the axle here, the rear axle, yeah, when it's doing that noise, I feel the vibration here. So it's this part right here that's causing that noise. So unfortunately, I was hoping for something like for this video, but it looks like this is gonna be a part 1 and there's gonna be a part 2, because the part 2 is I'm gonna have to replace this. So like I mentioned earlier, this is a cheap part, which is I don't mind replacing. So now I can buy maybe a Cusco brand or something, something more reputable. This is an off-brand from the previous owner that built it. He just put this one together. So it's not, it's okay. It's an easy install. I probably just have to take the wheel off, jack the car up again the same way, and it's just a couple bolts. So I was really hoping for something like that we found it and all that. So now extra work for me, put the strut back and then button it all up. And but good thing I don't need any new tools or anything like that. I actually took this. I actually took the car to M45 Automotive to get a consultation about this sound, but they couldn't find the source of it. So, but they were suspecting it's the strut, but they were gonna charge me, to tear down the interior, to look at it and unbolt it. And the same way I did, they were gonna charge me like $450 just for that labor, and they weren't even gonna find what's wrong with it. I still had to buy this part at the end of the day. So good thing I, a little elbow grease, I guess, a little work, and you save a little bit of money. So instead of me paying the 450 bucks or whatever to diagnose it, I'll just buy the part. The part, I think, is I don't know if I can put a screenshot in a screen, but it's around 500 something bucks, almost 600, I think. It's the Cusco one, trailing arm. It's blue, so now it's actually nicer. It's gonna be better for the car. It looks better. An additional JDM part that I could buy. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So this is part one. I'm gonna have to order it. I don't know how long it's gonna take. So for part two, it's gonna be a while. So but anyway, I'm gonna button it up before I close the video down, just so you guys can see the car back together, and we'll end it at that. But so here we go. All right, guys. So we got the car all buttoned up again. I really hate this column here, but so bear with me. So here it is. I got the car back on its wheel on the wheels, and I got to test ride it. I hope I didn't mess up the alignment too much. I don't think I did. There's some markings where the bolt used to be for the top of the lower coilover, lower bolt of the coilover. There's like a notch, so I try to match it where it was and put it back the way it was. So just going back to where I mentioned that I took this to the shop to get diagnosed, they were quoting me 450 for the labor of diagnosing the noise. So they don't even, that's 450 without them knowing what to do, what to fix in the first place. So I said, and then I have to Uber out of there and come back because it's gonna take a couple of days. Good thing I didn't do that. Not to bash the shop for not knowing what it was. It's a project. It's the first time I've ever seen this. So they suspected that it was the coilover, the rear coilover, the top, the center nut. I have to tighten it or something like that. So it's not like So they're just billing based on their schedule. So it's it is what it is. So good thing I walked out of there and just tackled it on my own. It's a little daunting if you guys never worked on suspension, but for the most people that watch this video, you guys probably do. It's super simple. So good thing I checked the top three bolts up there. The bottom two, it's just those. It's a few bolts. It's not that much. Easy to access too. So I took out the strut, and we found out that it's the rear trailing arm instead of the strut itself, because I was using the jack to move the axle up and down, and it was actually making a noise, and I touched the trailing arm, and that's the one that's ticking. Like, you can actually feel it every time it was ticking, and you can feel the vibration. So either the bushing is done and it's just metal on metal or something like that. So probably that. So I'm gonna buy the Cusco part, because it's kind of appropriate for the car to buy the Cusco one. I don't know how long it's gonna take. That's just a waiting game for that. So we'll buy that one, and for the part two, I'll install it myself. I should be able to do it. Also, all I had to do is jack up the car and remove the rear wheels. It's not so bad. So basically save a lot of money there. Instead of paying the shop to diagnose and pay myself just to buy the part, and just take some time. It's good to to work on your car sometimes. Sometimes I feel lazy, that's why I took it to the shop. Hopefully this was a little informative or entertaining. It's really frustrating for me, but it's whatever. It's a minor inconvenience, the noise. It's not a big deal. When I'm moving on the freeway or driving, it's not so bad. Only when I'm on off angles and things like that, it makes a noise. So, all right, well, I'll go get the part, hopefully soon, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, see you guys.